I was doing Marty's and I went to Peakberry. I had 2 little scoops because I knew I was lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I tell you, it turned me inside out. So yeah, that was like my last day ever.
You said that was it. I barely
it.
made it to the bathroom.
Oat milk, almond milk advocate, man. So
mine shows up more as an allergy, where my face is itching.
Oh.
I know when dairy is in something instantly.
Do you go to the bathroom to scratch your face? You on the first date, like tell me more about your mom.
I can't eat shit. Hello, and welcome back to season 2 of I Can't Eat Shit podcast. I'm your host, actress, comedian Shondalia White. And yeah, people, I can't eat shit, and you know that shit is annoying. I started I Can't Eat Shit podcast because I was secretly ill for many years. People asked me a lot of questions about it, so now I'm healed and I'm ready to talk about it. You can check out my solo journey in season 1. But for season 2, I'm bringing in my friends and experts to talk to me about this stuff. And today, we have the very talented actor, stand-up comic, writer, and good friend of mine, Chinedu Unaka.
What is going on, my I Can't Eat Shit community? I hope your tummies are full.
And we'll be talking about lactose intolerance and the diet. So let's get into it. Chinedu, welcome to the podcast.
Shondalia, welcome to my humble abode.
I'm so happy to have you on. Thanks for coming.
Of course, anytime, man. Happy to support, and I'm happy you're feeling better.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, just for people, so that you know, Chinedu and I are friends from stand-up comics, obviously, being stand-up comics for many years now. And it's been
I've
like
been standing here with your joint.
You know, it's been like, I've been doing stand-up it's almost 12 years now. And dang, I didn't even think about that. It's 12 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. How long have you been doing stand-up?
You know, about the same.
You don't want to tell your business?
It's literally about 12 years, around the same time. I feel like we probably started around the same time too. So yeah, about 12, 13, you know. It's around that time.
Around that time?
Now, how many years I've been on actual stage? If you calculate it all, it's probably 4 years. You know, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Oh, man.
We've actually I thought about it. We've done acting classes together too. I just thought about that.
Yep. Was that with Leslie?
Yeah, we were at Leslie's together. So we've done a few things together.
We've done a few things together, man. We protested the studios together. Remember that?
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah. We were on strike together. I totally forgot. We were striking.
That's right.
Dang, we've done so much. Yeah, that's really good. So I've learned about your diet from all that, just being around you so much. And which is one of the reasons I wanted to have you on a podcast, because as common as lactose intolerance is, I feel like people don't always know what's going on with their gut when they have lactose intolerance. So I thought it would be something good to talk about still, and not necessarily ignore. And maybe people have lactose intolerance and don't know. So why not talk about it? And you also are a teacher.
Yeah. I used to be a teacher, man. For maybe 6 years I was teaching.
Yes.
Fresh out of college. Started teaching fresh out of college. Young-faced.
So people thought you were a kid?
I was a student, man. I had to wear my name badge.
I actually used to teach for like 2.5 years while I was in college, and the kids thought I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I would always be like, how would I be teaching you if I'm a child? How would I be teaching you if I'm a child?
You don't age. That's your problem. And the reason you don't age because you can't eat shit. Your internal organs are pure.
It's true. Back then, I was eating everything, though. I wasn't caring about nothing. I was just getting sick and like, I don't know what's going on. I'm breaking out in hives. Like,
Right.
So I also wanted to talk about just how maybe you may interact with students who have restrictions, and if anything has happened, or if you have any stories about that. So that's what we'll do. So I'll just jump in with the questions right off.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what it's like dealing with lactose intolerance, and when did you find out?
I found out I was lactose intolerant my first year in college. I was at UC Santa Barbara in the hallways, and that freshman 15 is real because they had the all you could eat buffet.
Oh.
And so I loved ice cream. And I was a big fan of mint ice cream, and I was just eating it one day. And I think I was just like, my booty was beatboxing for like 3 days straight. And I couldn't figure out. My boy just kind of like, hey, man, you might be lactose intolerant. I said, I wasn't lactose growing up. And he said it could just come on later. So I said, cool. So I stopped drinking like anything with dairy or drinking anything with dairy. And then sure enough, like those issues stopped. And so I still partake in dairy, but usually it's with cheese. Cheese, for some reason, doesn't bother me as much. But milk or ice cream is definitely a no-go. But some cheeses are fine. Mozzarella, cheddar.
I was just about to say, is it based on the type of cheese maybe?
It could be the type as well. Because I know like feta and stuff like that's not too great. But I don't eat that stuff or run into it that much anyway. But usually like mozzarella or all that is fine. But ice cream, pinkberry specifically, man. Pinkberry one day, I was doing Marty's and went to Pinkberry. I had 2 little scoops because I knew I was lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
I tell you, it turned me inside out. So yeah, that was like my last day ever.
You said that was it. I barely made it to the bathroom.
I'm oat milk, almond milk advocate, man. So.
Oh, good. Oh my gosh.
I actually prefer those milks. Anyway, I was never a kid that like enjoyed drinking milk.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen like those commercials? Well, they'll have a cup of milk, and the food companies are trying to like convince
push it on you
that's normal to just have a meal and have a cup of milk or have cookies with a cup of milk. I just never liked milk by itself. As soon as my cereal was over, I was done with
that. Was it.
Yeah.
I liked cookies in milk. I liked dumping like a cookie in the milk, but I was never, I think I always had some sort of an allergy to milk and dairy just in general, but I don't have lactose intolerance, which is interesting. And mine shows up more as an allergy where my face is itching. Oh. I'm getting sinus infections. I might break out, like literally break out on my face, or sometimes have like itchy, like hivey type of stuff. Yeah. So I know when dairy is in something instantly.
Do you go to the bathroom to scratch your face? You on the first date, like tell me more about your mom.
Look, I was at a meeting one time and I had feta, and I was like, they were like, "Are you okay?" Because I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah, no." I think it's just like, I don't know. It's like, and I literally had to go to the bathroom because I was like scratching.
Dang.
Like just itching my nose. And again, I would get like those sinus infections, and it was just horrible for me. It really imbalanced my pH and everything. Like,
oh, wow.
Just threw me for a loop. So, and I'm from Michigan, so they were pushing that dairy on me. Like, they pushed it. So I used to love cheese and the same thing, and I definitely had to cut it. But yeah, mine showed up a little bit different and not lactose intolerance. So I actually don't know a lot about lactose intolerance because mine didn't show up as a stomach issue.
What cheese do you miss the most?
Ooh, you know what? I haven't had cheese in so long, but I did used to really, really enjoy feta cheese. I kind of like those cheeses that people don't usually like. I like blue cheese. I used to like a blue cheese steak. That was like my thing. I know people don't like that, but I used to. I can't touch it now. Like I think I was eating a blue cheese steak at that meeting. And I was like it was just horrible. So I think I would because I know the additional taste it adds to a dish, it adds like a really nice texture and taste to it that I used to really enjoy. But now I don't miss it at all. Like I've cut it. I cut it for so long. You know, usually it takes about 30 days to cut a habit, and also for your taste buds to kind of get used to you changing to a new thing. And so I actually, I didn't. It's been so long. I think it's been over at least 5 years or so since I've had dairy. It might even be longer.
Dang.
Yeah, that was one of the first things I cut, actually.
Was dairy?
Yeah, I had to because I was like, just thinking about it, I'm like.
Oh, yeah, that's a great motivator. Yeah, if I was scratching my face too, I wouldn't eat cheese.
Yeah, it was just like, no, you literally would be like, are you okay? I'm swelling. Like, it literally just gave me an allergy. And I feel like maybe even as a child, I was experiencing it because I had a lot of ear, nose, and throat issues growing up. And I always struggled with allergies. And I'm pretty sure, you know, just back in the day, no one paid attention. It was just like, be quiet, lay down, drink some water. Yeah. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, let's go to the doctor and see if maybe you're having an allergy to whatever we're eating. Nobody cared.
Yeah, your reaction is a lot more severe. For me, it's just like I might have some stomach pains, or I might poop a little bit. But if it was like a red light that appears above my head every time I fart, then I could just not touch cheese again. But because it's hard to locate the fart, and I've been really good at manipulating my farts to where they're silent. You know what I mean? I've trained my gluteus to just, very silent bombs, and that way I can still live my life without being judged. You know what I mean? So
yes, but this is those silent killers.
Oh Chinedu. No, for sure.
No, that's the silent killer.
I think I even trained, my backside for it to not even smell. I want to be honest with you. There's been times where I let one go and no one reacted. I'm like, you know what? I might have the cleanest ass up in this airport.
All right. Oh my God. I can't stand you.
Sometimes I can't even smell. Like, that was a clean liftoff.
Oh my God. Ew. Are there any like restrictions other than cheese and like dairy? Because sometimes other things that have lactose in it, I think, and I'm not sure. Like, are there other things? Is it just dairy actually that has the lactose in it? I feel like there's something else that may have lactose.
I'm not sure myself, but I know for sure it's like, usually for me it's dairy. But your body talks to you. If I go a while eating too much sugar or something like that, I feel like crap. So I'm a person that I eat pretty healthy, but I still enjoy myself. But for the most part, I just listen to how my body feels and what it's telling me, and then that's when I just cut back or just stop or doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people just have to your body will talk to you if you get that relationship going, and pay attention to how your body feels when you eat certain things. And just kind of let those feelings kind of guide you.
Do you take any supplements for the condition?
No, not so much. I just take, my general vitamins, multivitamin. I take a little, what's a little sea moss? Sea moss. Sometimes
you take the black route.
Take the black. Take a little zinc. Tequila got me a little zinc. A little vitamin C, some fish oil sometimes.
Yeah.
But I take it,
Well, that's probably why your poots don't stink. Because you're doing you're cleaning, you're cleansing yourself with some really nice natural things too.
Well, hey. I should write a book. How to keep your funk to a minimum. How to keep the junk out your funk,
Well, they do have enzymes to break this stuff down. And you can take lactase enzymes to break down lactose if you ever are in that situation. I looked this up, and it's because basically being lactose intolerance is your body isn't able to digest the lactose, which is the sugar in milk and dairy. And when it functions properly, it breaks it down, and then the body absorbs it. So what's happening in your body is it's not absorbing it. I mean, well, it's not breaking it down properly.
Yeah.
So having some type of digestive enzyme like lactase, or I'm assuming that's probably what Lactaid, the brand thing, the milk. I'm sure it like has something in there to help people break it down. But I didn't look into Lactaid, the milk. So I have to look that up, and we'll put it on a description.
Yeah, I think so.
It's your condition.
Like, I'm dealing with it. I just stay away, you know?
That's the milk you should be eating or drinking.
I stay away. I do my oat milk, my almond milk. You know,
you like none of it. You don't even want to take the chance.
I prefer those milks, so I don't even miss milk. I'm happy I found a alternative. The only thing I'll still partake in every blue moon is cheese on pizza. I even tell them light cheese. I don't like heavy cheese on pizza. Just even have a preference. Forget what it does to my body, and then cheese on burger. And that's about it. Outside of that, I don't need dairy at all.
Okay.
I prefer the oat milk alternatives. I prefer vegan ice cream. I prefer all those different things. I'm not a big fan of vegan cheese. That's what it is.
Oh, the vegan cheese.
Yeah. So,
yeah. A lot of times the vegan cheeses have a lot of stuff in it too.
Yeah.
And you really have to look at the ingredients. A lot of them I can't even eat, and I have one that I can tolerate, but I do have to watch how much potato that I take in, and like there's some other things that are in a lot of these vegan cheeses that I can't do. Okay, so what's actually happening in your gut as someone that suffers from lactose intolerance is the small intestine doesn't produce enough lactase, which is an enzyme, to digest lactose, a sugar in milk and dairy. So when it functions properly, it breaks down and then the body absorbs it. But in your body, it's not breaking it down, so it doesn't absorb it, so it got to go somewhere. So if you didn't know, that's what's actually happening in your body.
So where does it go?
The toilet.
There's some positive to being lactose intolerant, though. You got an invite to like a pool party, and maybe you wasn't on your workout that week strong. You drink a cup of milk, bam, drop 5 pounds real quick. You pool ready. You feel me? Abs is showing.
Abs. You look. That's just like when you get food poisoning or something. You like, I was sick, but I looked amazing.
The silver lining. You like, every time I get food poisoning, I'm like, let me go ahead and book some headshots. Book some headshots up there.
Yeah.
Take advantage, man.
Yes. So I think, they actually have those lactase enzymes to break down lactose. So if you ever are struggling and, maybe your normal vitamins or whatever aren't working, since you don't use anything, you just go to sea moss and natural route, which is good, which is why you're not stinking.
I use my Multi. Take protein powder.
You can check that out. Look, I actually use digestive enzymes for other stuff. I don't use the lactase ones, but I do actually use another form of digestive enzymes to break stuff down for me.
Got you.
They're great. And so, especially when you travel. Do you get travel bowels? You travel a lot.
I travel a lot. No, you said travel bowels?
Yeah, travel bowels. It's like when your body starts like just from, I guess, like how high the elevation.
Okay.
It messes with your stomach, and it doesn't allow you to digest food properly once you land.
You know what? I think my knees are in so much pain because of how small the seat is that I can't even, I don't even recognize anything else my body's going through. So I wouldn't know. I can't say yes or no. All I know is I'll just be trying to get off that plane with you.
You're in so much pain. Why don't you just pay for the big seat?
Because, these airlines are overcharging right now.
Yeah.
They really are overcharged right now. So, and I'm humble. I like to sit with my fans. You know what I mean? So I like for them to engage with me, with the people. You feel me? I don't like I could buy the first class seat, but
Yeah.
I don't like the energy of that.
You know,
You know,
the
I've been
energy
in
ain't
first class
right.
multiple times. They give me the juice early. I don't like that. Let everybody sit down first, and then you can give me my juice. I don't like spinning my juice while people are walking through. Don't look at me. Look, So
Period. He like
I'm a man of the people. If I'm gonna be a man of the people, I gotta stay and coach. You know what I mean?
okay.
I can use that money to donate to a GoFundMe or something.
You know, there's
So
so many things going on that you can donate to at this
that's just
point.
who I am.
Yes.
But enjoy your first class.
You know.
I think we're all first class. That's just how I live.
Oh my gosh. So how serious do you take your condition seriously then?
Yeah, I do because I don't like being in the bathroom that much, so I take it
Okay.
very seriously. I don't. Yeah, I don't drink milk. There's no milk in my house. There's rarely. I don't really buy cheese. When I do eat cheese, it's like I'm out enjoying myself, having a nice dinner, and I'm like, okay, cool. I might engage with the pizza.
So you do have like a little cheat.
Yeah, a little
Cheat
cheap,
time.
but outside of that, I take being lactose intolerant pretty seriously because if my body's telling me, "Hey, we're not doing a good job with this," then I want to listen to it.
Right.
Yeah.
And do you take your overall good health seriously? Are you pretty on top of it? Because a lot of men, they aren't really on top of their good health or health really in general. So,
I mean, if gut health mean eating vegetables and fruits and trying not to overeat, then yes. But if there's something else I should be doing, then no. But as far as like just general health, I take it pretty seriously. I could do better. There's always room for improvement. But as far as like any minute things I could be doing for my gut, that I'm not doing per se, but I just do like a generally good job of just eating relatively healthy.
okay, that's good. That's good.
If you got tips, leave them in the comment section.
For real, straight up. Straight up. And when you're on the road so much, do you find that it's a struggle with your diet? Is it hard to find foods that don't have cheese or don't have dairy or that they can substitute or modify?
Yeah, I think for sure. I think we live in one of the more healthier cities in Los Angeles, just in terms of like the options that are available for you. Oftentimes, especially like in my experience, in like smaller cities, the deep south, or whatever, or sometimes Midwest, healthier options aren't that available, especially in comedy clubs. Comedy clubs is a lot of finger food. Shout out to the comedy clubs that do have a Caesar salad on their menu or has a few salads on their menu, stuff like that. So I'll do that. I might have a side of chicken wings just in case. I just wanted to sit there. But outside of that, yeah, it is harder to eat healthier on the road. But I do find myself working out more on the road and sleeping more on the road, which is good for me.
Okay.
So it's kind of, there's pros and cons to it.
Yeah, and movement is so important just in general to our overall health. Just even walking.
Yeah.
Some type of movement, our bodies need it to digest. And like you said sleeping as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For some reason, I get better sleep on the road.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really
Something
good.
about a new bed,
Really?
just having knocked out the hotel room. I'll be passing
I am
out.
not like that. I don't enjoy the road.
Yeah.
I think it's because I'm bougie.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to tell you.
Yeah, I have to stay in very nice
First
accommodations. What'd you say?
I said first class.
I'll be in first class all the time. I'm good unless I'm going overseas. Then yes.
Facts.
If I'm going overseas, absolutely, I cannot do it. I am going first class. But when it comes to or business class or something, but when it comes to the day, I'm fine. But I cannot, especially if I'm gonna be riding on a coach and stuff. Then when I get there, baby, I gotta have a nice accommodation. And I am, I'm from Flint, so I'm always watching my back and like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm a woman. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't think when I have gone on the road, I didn't necessarily sleep better.
That's real. That's real.
For me. I feel like men, you can relax a little bit more. versus but it might be some women that can, but for me, it wasn't like that. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna need like I like to be in my bed. I'm like a little bit of a clean freak, a little bit compulsive. So I'm just like, I'm checking everything, and I'm that person. I'm gonna lift up to see if it's bed bugs.
Yeah.
I don't really like sleeping in other people's bed and shit. So you know.
Yeah, me, I just jump in. I don't want to know. I ain't.
Yeah, like so you know, because on the road it can get a little gross. Sometimes the accommodations
like,
can not be great.
I'll say like I won't buy the first class seat if I can avoid it. If they get it for me, that's fine. Or if they're paying me like some crazy amount of money, sure. But outside of that, hotel wise, I splurge a little bit. I try to stay like in nicer hotels for those reasons. They're just genuinely cleaner. They're healthier food sometimes, or it's in a healthier area. And on top of that, the kind of like the lobby area, I like studying down there, doing some work. Mm-hmm. So I'll kind of enjoy my time there with just coffee, get some work done too.
Okay, just a few more questions before we go to our next segment. What are some of your worst eating habits?
Some of my worst eating habits. Let me see. You know what? I could cut anything out, right? I haven't drank soda in years, maybe like 7-8 years. I have a Diet Coke every now and then, but fries. Fries, wings too, but fries. I'm a sucker for fries. If it's on the menu, I'll tell myself, nah, I ain't gonna get it, but I always get it. So I'll throw fries in my salad sometimes, in a Caesar salad. You ever done that? Have like a Caesar
in a salad?
Yeah, Caesar chicken salad. Get like a handful of regular fries and just throw. It's so good. I'm telling you, it's delicious. But yeah,
that sounds like a college meal. College students, you know what to do.
Yeah, fries got me though. I can never let go of fries. So I gave up on that. Outside of that, eating late. I can eat healthy the whole day, but for some reason, when that clock strikes 10:47, I just get crazy urges. If I'm not asleep yet, I'm like, I hit the fridge, and I'm just scoundering. I ordered cookies at 1 a.m. Postmate, expensive ass cookies. Embarrassed when our doorbell rang,
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like habits like that do come from college. I feel like it's a bad habit from college because we stay up late and you're working, and I feel like your body remembers like, hey, you need a little nutrition to stay up like this.
Yeah. And
even though we're not eating nutritious, we're eating with sugar usually. You start.
Yeah.
And did you know when you're craving sugar, a lot of times you really need protein?
I wouldn't doubt it.
That's what's happening.
Yeah. I know too, I have a theory also that like our eating habits is kind of based off nostalgia as well, right? Like I got lucky with my parents. They like cooked. Both my mom and dad, they cooked in the home. So we rarely ate fast food. But I know sometimes people, they might love fast food, not necessarily because it's delicious, but because they ate it so much when they were young that it's tied to so many good memories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you're eating it, if I eat McDonald's, which it rarely happens, but if I do, it's just McDonald's, right? Just fast food. But for some people, I imagine when they eat McDonald's, it reminds them all these like good memories with their parents and after soccer games and all these different things. So I think we got to be careful too of how like what kind of food we engage with when we're celebrating or on day-to-day normal things. Celebrating is one thing, but like on like day-to-day things, because those things are kind of harder to kick later in life when your body is not necessarily able to kind of handle that kind of load.
Anymore. Yeah, your body's not like when you were a kid. And some people, when they're young, they can't do it. Like it shows up very early. But most people, like you said, it shows up maybe after 30. That's when your body's like, yeah, I'm done. I can't break this down.
Yeah, especially when like, we slow down as we get older, right? We're moving probably a little bit less. Our recovery time is probably a lot longer too, after we work out and different things like that. So yeah, kind of what you're pointing to is with the college thing. Yeah, like me being in college, staying up late at night, having nachos all the time late at night, coming back from a party, ordering pizza late at night. I think for sure my late night habits was developed during that time. So, and sometimes too, for some reason, when I'm working late, food helps, or I'm trying to like sometimes when we're watching TV, you're watching sports, you almost feel like you need to be eating something,
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like cutting those things out and like just enjoying that TV show or that sporting
Yep.
event without having to have a meal with it if you're not actually hungry. That
Right.
makes sense. And I can't
Or
snack.
finding
I finish
something.
snacks like crazy.
Yeah, maybe, or
Yeah.
maybe even finding like a lean protein, some sort of lean protein that won't affect you too much, because your body goes through a natural digestion process. It
Mhm.
literally starts to break the stomach acid starts to break down food at a certain time, no matter when you are up.
Right.
That's just what our body's cycle starts to do. So this is why I know doctors, or you may hear like probably trainers and stuff like that, or nutritionists, they'll explain to you like stop eating at a certain time,
Yeah.
or don't eat this type of stuff after a certain time. And when you do have to do it, like you said, when it's just like, I feel like I need a little something, I need a little pick me up because I'll be up late, maybe finding something, I call them nutritious snacks. For example, like some sort of nut butter, and like I do like a rice cake, like a
Yeah.
rice cake and something that's like a little light. And I had to substitute that because I was in college. I was always up. I mean, you're up in the labs. I went to art school.
Hmm.
Shout out to CCS in Detroit, and like I would stay up late in the labs. I'm working on an animation or something like that, and it's like everyone's in there, and we're all. It's just like a normal time of day, but really it's like 1 a.m.
Right.
or
It's true.
you know what I mean? And we definitely were not at that time thinking about like, oh, it should be nutritious. So I could see that those habits carried over to my adult life,
Yeah.
where I was like, it's almost like you said, nostalgia, where it's like, oh, I used to have cappuccino at this time, ooh, with my
Mhm.
friends, and we were doing this. Or oh man, I remember we would get together and we would all have pizza, like you said, like a deep dish pizza or something. And it's like that community. I think it really does associate with that, and it just carries over. So maybe finding a way, like you said, to just like remind yourself, hey, all right, this is creating a really bad habit. It's going to be hard to kick later, and my
Yeah.
body is not going to be able to keep up with this later. So, how can I gradually work something in that's not so tough and it won't destroy my gut?
Yeah. I think for me, it's like finding snacks that are healthy, but also that I don't enjoy like that. Like for me,
Really?
it's
That you don't
apples.
enjoy?
Yeah, like I like apples. I love everything apple related.
Mm-hmm.
Apple juice, apple pie, apple anything. Actual apples, for some reason we don't really connect like that. But it's perfect when I have a craving because I won't devour 5 apples, right?
Mm-hmm.
A thing of grapes, I'll finish it right there. Or like 5 oranges, I'll just run through it. So I'll like apples are great for me. Then almonds, like no
Mm.
salt, no nothing, just dry almonds. Those are great because like a handful, and I'm good, and I don't need to eat the whole bag. Like
Yep.
cashews, I'll eat the whole bag. I love cashews. So yeah, some snacks I can't snack on, even if they're healthy, because I'll finish the whole thing.
Dang.
Yeah. But I'm
Wow.
a big dude. Yeah, I'm a locomotive. You
You know
feel me?
what? And the cashews are buttery. They had that like buttery smooth. They go down really easy. So I'm sure that's probably why your body's like, ooh, this is
Yeah,
real nice. It feels good, and they're a little fattening too.
yeah, but it could be worse.
Yep,
Yeah,
it could be worse.
could be
It
could.
could. It
Yeah,
could.
could
Have
be
you
could.
actually dealt with any students that have had any restrictions or anything?
When I was working in education, yeah, we had like a couple students that had like, oh, we can't do gluten, or this child is, his parents are very strict, like, oh, he's vegan. And, you try to work with the parent. Usually the parents will like drop off certain meals for that student, or we'll just let the cafeteria personnel know that, oh, this child needs this kind of thing separated, and they'll kind of handle all that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tricky thing, especially if they have like more serious reactions if that stuff isn't put into place. But if it's more of a preference, it's less of a thing. But if it's like, okay, cool, no, this kid could really have a bad allergic reaction, then you really got to be on top of it and make sure everybody, is doing their checks and balances.
How was that experiencing, like, because now it's almost like a high alert, in addition to teaching, in addition to managing a class, in addition to, how was it just navigating that stuff? Do you think over time it became easy, or did you find like you implemented certain things that made it easier for you to handle it?
Yeah, as a teacher, I wasn't really responsible for it, but when I was a special education coordinator, I was a little bit more kind of involved. Just had to make sure those things were in place, but I still wasn't like the person directly involved. Just more like, hey, cool, this is information. Make sure they have it. They sign off that they have it. Everybody's on the same page, and then it's up to them to kind of do their jobs. And if something like if a ball is dropped, then I kind of like re-up, follow up, make sure things are clear, see what happened. But that's about it. So it wasn't too stressful. It was pretty straightforward. It wasn't like 12 kids. Usually like one or two.
Okay.
Like special.
It's manageable.
I wasn't at really large schools.
Okay.
I worked at charter schools, and so it wasn't a heavy lift at all.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah,
I know that can be challenging.
Yeah. One thing that is cool though that I noticed in education that what's especially in LA, I don't think it's everywhere, but like a lot of the health requirements are a lot different now, which is great. Because
what do you mean?
Well, when I was growing up, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, all these different things had vending machines on campus. There's a noodle vending machine, ice cream vending machine, soda vending machine. None of these are allowed no more in LA. Yeah, so that's the thing. If I'm not mistaken, in public schools, those aren't allowed anymore. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, which is good because childhood obesity was kind of like the numbers were kind of going crazy, and so that was one of the things they did to kind of like bring that back. And then the lunches got a lot healthier and tastier as well. In my experience, from when I was a student to when I was working in education.
Oh, so wow. I had no idea they implemented that.
It's a great thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good because then a kid might grab something they're not supposed to have.
Yeah.
And have a reaction. And then you're like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah, that part, So, and look, sometimes the kids aren't moving as much, right? Because the kids, they might be home playing video games for 7 hours after homework versus being outside, kind of like more what our generation was doing. And then when they get to school, if they're at a smaller school, maybe the PE class doesn't have that much space. So they're still not moving as much, or they're not being pushed to move as much. And so you couple that with a lot of healthy food being available on campus too. They really don't get a break. Their body don't really get a break. So the school has done a good job in LA of kind of like getting rid of that stuff. Now, if the parents give them that stuff, that's a different thing. That's up to them. But as far as the school offering it, I think they did a beautiful job kind of like cutting that stuff out.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, what great information. Thanks for sharing that, really.
Well, no problem. This is the I Can't Eat Shit podcast, so I figured.
Talk about what shit they can't eat. Okay, last thing, what are your best eating habits?
I think my best eating habits are in the morning. I'm pretty good in the morning. I don't eat nothing like bad. Sometimes I'll skip breakfast. I actually enjoy vegetables and fruit. I love a good smoothie. I love broccoli. I have a taste for those things. Like I said before, I do a good job like listening to my body. What else do I do well?
That's good.
Water. I love water. I don't really engage too much in like sodas. Even when I might have a drink, usually when I drink is because I'm performing, and I might have half a drink, at most a whole drink, and that's really all I need. It's not even to like gain confidence. It's really just to kind of get the day and just be present with the crowd. So I know some comics, I'll tell younger comics all the time, don't rely on alcohol to make you funny, because that's fine when you're doing one show a week. But when you start touring, you're doing 5 shows in a weekend, now you're alcoholic. You know what I mean? So that was one thing I was very like conscious of when I started off in stand up. And I would try to tell my peers like to kind of watch out for that stuff too, to help some friends out. But so I would say those are like my healthiest habits that I'm pretty consistent with. But I do love chocolate chip cookies. I love barbecue wings. So that is what it is.
The wings, the cookies, and the potatoes.
The fries.
Yep, that's all right. All right, those are your guilty pleasures.
The fries. Damn it! If I could just stick to fries, boy, I tell you.
I was addicted to fries. too. So I still struggle sometimes now that I can have some potatoes. I have to remind myself, like, don't you dare go backwards. Like, now I can't have, I stop myself and I just don't even buy it. Don't buy potatoes or chips. Only certain times a month I'll buy potatoes. And if I notice I'm eating potatoes too much or buying products that have even potato starch in it too much, I'll cut all of that.
Yeah.
And be like, no, just to maintain the healing of my gut, I don't want to go backwards. Yeah. So it's that discipline of being able to kind of go, no, not this time.
Potato will hold you down, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Ooh, it'll hold you down.
It'll hold you down.
Like you said, I gained like 15 pounds with that freshman. I did that freshman 15 too. All potatoes. It was potatoes and ice cream, like you were saying.
Yeah. I realized I'm cool off this buffet right here.
Man, I was like, oh my gosh. It was so good though at the time.
Yeah, facts.
Baked potatoes, fries, taters.
Potato tots, French fries, sweet potato soup. I love it all, man.
I did it all too.
Hash browns.
Oh gosh. Hash browns. Yes, all of it.
All of it. Potatoes, man. Shout out to potatoes, man. Shout out
potatoes will hold you down.
Hold you down, man. Hold a whole country down.
Right. I mean, yeah.
For real.
Okay, so do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day at all? Do you do the green? Do you go to the bar? Do you know what I mean? Do you do?
You know what I mean? Growing up, I was I would wear some green to honor St. Patrick. I'm rocking a little green right now. You see
hey. I got my green. I got my
okay.
green.
So yeah, I don't celebrate it. Sometimes I might even forget to do something for it. But I will take advantage of any discounts that are out there. You know what I mean? Like, oh, yo, if the Lakers are playing, they just so happen to be playing St. Patrick's. Say, well, snap, let's go to the bar. They having half off on, whatever, Heineken's. Let's get in. Let's take advantage. But no, I don't really. I'm a big fan of Are leprechauns involved in St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, that and also clovers. They what is that liquor that tastes like licorice? Jaeger. Okay. And Jaeger, I believe, is part of it. And is it Guinness? I think Guinness as well. Mm-hmm. Like, because that goes with the Jaeger bomb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those are big things. I remember some of my Irish friends in college. They would, and I didn't even know what Jaeger was. I was like, Jaeger. They're like, yeah, you do Jaeger bomb. I'm like, no, I don't. But
they're like, get with us.
Yes. Okay, cool. Well, speaking of so much food, we'll go to our next segment. Let's move on to There's Another Way to Do That. This segment is called There's Another Way to Do That, where I teach you how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. But for season 2, I am modifying recipes based on my guests, their favorite dishes. So, Chinedu, tell me, what is one of your favorite dishes?
I like a good shrimp pesto pizza. You feel me? I might even, extra shrimp. Extra. I don't want to see the cheese. Cover it, man. Put them shrimps together like Legos. Fold them in. I don't want to see the cheese,
What, do you love shrimp? Do you just love shrimp? Why shrimp so much specifically?
You know what? I like it all. Shrimp, fish, tilapia, salmon, chicken. But shrimp on pesto pizza just tastes really, really. I like it. Tastes really well. Allegra Cafe. They have a shrimp pesto pizza that they in Culver City.
It's just perfect.
So good. I love pesto on pizza. For some reason,
I like pesto on pizza as well.
I love pesto on pizza, man. Shout out to pesto. I didn't know pesto was a thing until I was 19, man. But me and pesto, when we clicked, we've been cool ever since. Y'all had moments, My first time having horchata, I was all in for like 5 months, and I just fell off. I was like, that's enough. That's enough. But me and pesto been close.
Y'all been close
ever since. So, yeah.
What is it about the combination for you? What do you like about that combination?
I just think we've been eating pizza since we're so young, so I think just to have it flipped on its head. So instead of using traditional tomato sauce and using pesto as the base, and then having that somehow work well with cheese as well, mozzarella, specifically, and then adding your meat or whatever, having it be shrimp, and then the crust got to be good. I'm a big bread guy, so the crust got to be delicious. I just feel good. Red pepper it up.
Yeah.
I'm that guy with the red pepper, man. I'm Nigerian, so it gotta be spicy.
Yes.
I put all the red pepper I can on there, and then I'm just in heaven, man. And it's gonna last me about 3 days. I take my time. I'm eating 2 slices
per day.
I need
let it extend.
Get that doggy bag. Then I'm good. Watch a movie later.
I love that it's a ritual.
Got the air fryer, make it feel like brand new the next day. You feel me?
The air fryer be coming through in the clutch.
It don't feel exactly the same, but it feel like a cousin. It feel like a cousin.
Mm-hmm. It feel like a cousin. What you told me your favorite toppings. What else do they do with it though? What are some of you say you like red pepper flakes, but is it just pesto, shrimp, and red pepper flakes? That's what you're looking for?
Look, I don't know what they do. I ain't back there, Shondalia. Okay.
What do you like though? What do you like? Do you ask them for
taste? I don't know how they make the dough. I don't know what they do to the cheese. I don't know what they put on that shrimp.
But whatever it is they do, that place in particular.
But I mean, I had it other places. But yeah, for sure, the things I can taste is the pesto, the cheese, the crust, and the shrimp. Now, I know they put little spices on it, but I don't know what exactly they put on it.
Chinedu, you're lactose intolerant. Why are you doing the cheese? I
said if I'm my favorite food, if I'm just gonna like splurge and just
you don't get it without the cheese though.
Without the cheese.
Oh my gosh.
What? You eat pizza without the cheese?
Yes, I do. Pizza without cheese.
I ain't never had pizza without cheese, so.
What? And it's still good.
I'm sure. I just want to be disrespectful.
You said. You don't want to be disrespectful to the Italians. They already not doing shrimp pizza.
I'm just letting you know. You go to an Italian restaurant, you order pizza without cheese, they'll kick you out. They're like, sir, you need to go.
But this place ain't Italian that you getting your pizza from.
Allegra, that's not Italian. It sounds Italian.
I'll have to look. I don't know Allegra. I'm gonna look it up.
It looks super Italian, but I'm in there.
It look Italian? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
All the colors and stuff.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna call you out if it's not.
Get the carrot cake too. Get the carrot cake. You know what I mean?
And so what do people usually get wrong then that's different from Allegra?
With the shrimp pesto pizza?
Mm-hmm.
What they get wrong? I hate a pizza that has too much cheese. I don't think the cheese should be an assistant to the pizza. It shouldn't be the entree, or like people that just eat cheese pizza. Why are you here? Why are you here, man? Cheese pizza. Really? That's poor food, man. That's poor food. You know what I mean? Why are you here, brother? Put something on it. Put some toppings, man. That's you ever order a burger and say, you know what? Take the patty out. Just give me the bread and the cheese.
That's a grilled cheese.
I guess so. I'm not a fan of grilled cheese, so maybe that makes sense because I hate that. Because a cheese pizza pisses me off. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, all these toppings, you're like, I'm good. Go home.
I am crying. Oh my gosh. And how do you think I will do making this substitution, this modification? It'll be based on my restrictions. So
your restrictions?
I'll be making something in essence. How do you think I'll do with this?
Hearing everything that you told me you can't eat, I imagine you probably just drinking the water. You know what I mean? Like everything.
You have no faith in me, Chinedu.
Zero. Okay? You gonna be I used the wrong shrimp.
Why gonna bring up the scratching face? You gonna use it against me?
I think her beard coming in. She keeps scratching her cheeks.
Oh my God. You gonna mess up my makeup. I'm crying. Oh my God.
Is that the gluten-free pesto? You know?
I'm gonna do good. We gonna see. You gonna hear all about how Chinedu feels that I do it as you watch the full cooking segment. Be sure to check out how I modify Chinedu's favorite dish on my YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Up next, Shondalia's Inside Scoop. This is Shondalia's Inside Scoop, where my life is a trivia question. You've heard of food trivia, but this gets personal. Let's see if you can tell me what's true. Here's the rules. I'll ask you 3 questions based on my real health and wellness or anything I like or something like that. And you'll let me know how well you know me based on how you answer. So let's get into that. Okay, Chinedu.
All right.
This month we're doing some things inspired by St. Patrick's Day because it's the month of March. And also just me. We'll see how well you know me. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. All right. First question. What is my favorite St. Patrick's Day snack? A, corned beef and cabbage. B, snap peas. C, spinach with cream cheese. Or D, none of the above, that shit nasty.
Okay. Well, it ain't egg. That's not a snack. Okay. That was a whole meal. I never heard somebody eat meats for a snack. What's my favorite dish? Roast beef and ham? So I'm gonna go with, it's either B or D. I'm gonna go with B.
As in baby?
Yeah, B as in baby, yes.
You are incorrect. You were right to say D. That shit nasty.
I knew it.
I'm not into St. Patrick's Day foods. No. And peas, I can't stand peas.
Yeah, okay. Respect.
I don't like how they pop in your mouth. I don't like it. It's a texture
Squish them
thing.
first. Take a little paper straw. Yeah,
It's the texture.
that's real. That's real.
I don't like it. Okay, number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Fill in the blank. If I cook with blank oil, I will likely vomit. What oil would that be?
Mortar oil.
Chinedu.
But I'm technically right.
Actual cooking oil. Yes,
didn't
you
say
are right.
that.
But
You
you got to
said
get a cooking oil. Do you need me to name you some off?
I know a couple.
Okay.
Is the answer like a out?
No, it's actual cooking oil.
Okay, so regular. Okay,
Motor oil.
I'm gonna go with.
You would have been right.
No. Olive oil.
If I cook with olive oil, I will likely vomit.
That sounds like it's wrong. Hold on. Yes, olive oil.
You are wrong. You're incorrect. That's the one I can cook with.
Coconut.
I can't eat vegetable or canola oil.
Oh, canola. Okay.
Yes, vegetable or canola oil because it's such one of those harsh oils that most people actually vomit or they can't digest it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Oh, really? And most restaurants, they use it because it's cheap. So y'all need to stop that shit for real.
Not for real, because we can't.
Oh my gosh. They act like they can't do nothing else, but it's good for high heat and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
People that they can't eat canola or vegetable oil, but they need an oil for very high heat. They tend to use like avocado oil or grapeseed oil or something like that.
So when you go to restaurants, do you tell them I can't?
Yeah, I have to have them modify it, and if they can't use the oil, then I can't eat it.
Damn.
Yeah, I know.
I know they hate to see you coming.
Yep, they do.
They can tell you, like, oh, look, you only can eat
I do.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. We ain't got time for that shit on the weekend. It's too busting up in.
I call in advance though. I'm very courteous. I will call and ask if they can ask the chef, so I don't even waste my time coming.
Man, that's hilarious.
Yes, I'm considerate.
That is considerate. You only reach that point because I imagine you've been disappointed so many times.
Yes, and I have been
You really
ill
gotta save your
so
gas
many
money.
times.
It's about that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I'm sick, and like,
Oh no,
yeah. So once I realized the oil was causing me, I was like, oh, I gotta cut this.
man.
So yeah,
That's good.
yeah, it was a journey.
You can live till you're 100, easy.
You said what?
I said you can live till you're 100, easy.
I know, right? I can't even do none of that shit. I'm just living like everybody gone.
Yeah. What's your secret, Shondalia? Don't eat shit. Just don't eat nothing.
Just water. Like you said, water and air.
Water, canola oil, and smushed peas.
I talk about this oil stuff though in season 1 when I talk about my solo journey. So I explain to people what I can and can't eat, and I also talk about like the harsh oils and stuff like that. So maybe this season during my quick tip, I'll kind of do a refresher of oils, just like what kind of oils to use and what can make you sick or cause some issues. So we'll look out for that. Okay, let's finish up the game.
All right.
Last question. Chinedu's not doing great.
Good. I'm gonna bring it back towards the end though.
Pull it back. All right.
I'm locked in.
Question number 3. What is the most common symptoms of lactose intolerance? A, stomach pain. B, gas. C, vomiting. D, all of the above.
I'm gonna go with B, gas.
Chinedu.
A.
You are incorrect.
A. I said A. A.
It's A.
Stomach pain. Stomach pain.
It's all of them.
Oh,
all of those are the most common symptoms. You have this. You have this.
You said vomiting?
Yeah, vomiting is a common
vomited.
symptom of lactose intolerance.
I never vomited.
Yeah, you probably just don't experience that. The way it shows up for you is gas and stomach pain.
Yeah, I'm like lactose intolerant light then.
Yeah, because even for me, like not even with lactose, but with a lot of things I had restrictions to, I would actually get nauseous.
Ooh.
Or vomit. So that was one of the reasons for me, I would probably be that person if I was lactose intolerant. I would be vomiting.
Yeah.
It shows up like that for me.
So
I wonder how it shows up for other people. Let us know in the description, in the comments, how it shows up for you, because I'm curious. But it says when you ask for what are the most common symptoms, it's actually all of them. Okay. We learned something new.
Well, who'd you ask? ChatGPT? Because ChatGPT be wrong sometimes. I called ChatGPT twice. I
looked on the internet, not ChatGPT. You so funny. I looked just up. I researched a few different sites, and they said those were the symptoms they gave.
Okay.
But we'll give you partial credit because you were partially right.
Look, I don't need it.
We gonna give you your partial credit.
I'll take it. I'm gonna stay confident no matter what.
That's that Nigerian.
I can take this test tomorrow and I'll ace it. I promise.
Oh, Chinedu was not ready to take a bite out of my story. Not this time. He hung in there and we had a lot of fun. Check us out next time for another Shondalia's Inside Scoop. Let's wrap this thing up. I hope this episode gave you a little bit more insight of what it was like to live with lactose intolerance, and also more about my amazing guest, Chinedu Unaka. You guys, if you are struggling with lactose intolerance, do some research and really learn what's going on with your body, and let us know what other stuff that we didn't include that you are experiencing as a result of lactose intolerance. Take it from me. Take care of your body so it can take care of you, or you're going to be dealing with a lot of shit. Chinedu, thank you so much for doing my podcast.
No problem, man. Just came here to learn from your
expertise. Let everybody know where they can find you. If you have anything coming up, what you got, what's up?
Yeah, go to my website, look for tickets at ChineduUnaka.com, ChineduUnaka, or Chinedu Unaka, okay? You can say it both ways, eh? Go to the site, buy a ticket. That's also my IG. That's my TikTok.
Hey, if it's still open.
We back, baby. I got 7 posts on there, but I'm going to post more this year. And then, that's it, man. I'm on Threads, I guess, too, But yeah, I'll be performing. I have a special coming out. Don't know when, but I'll be out soon. But it's been taped and edited already.
Oh, hey
Outside of
now.
that, man, stay blessed, take care of yourself, and listen to Shondalia, man. She knows her stuff. Okay?
Yay! I appreciate you. Thank you.
Problem, no problem.
This has been I Can't Eat Shit podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. You know I appreciate you all so much. If you like what you saw and or heard today, go ahead and like, share, subscribe I Can't Eat Shit podcast on YouTube or wherever you stream your podcast. If you watch me, there's bonus material. There's another way to do that. My full cooking segment where I teach you how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. They're oh so good, so make sure you check them out. You can also check me out on Instagram at I Can't Eat Shit Podcast or at Shondalia White. Check out my updates. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. I Can't Eat Shit! I Can't Eat Shit podcast is not a replacement for a medical professional. If you need help, seek out a trained medical professional, nutritionist, or therapist to help you with your specific needs.